There's backlash, there's whiplash, there's whop, 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 whop. You know, look. I got one of my Drake holes right here. Just boom, just got hit with a whop, 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 whop. And everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about the Super Bowl performance. And this video said, hey, if you didn't like this and you feel like it was out of pocket, it wasn't for you. That's basically what this is saying. So we're going to jump right in. Like, you want to help support the channel? Hit the like button. Hit the like button to help promote the channel, get it out to more people if you like the content. That's all I ask. Thank you. So let's get it. Like I said, this is Tabitha, and this is my first reaction to her video on this channel. But I like her viewpoints and I like the video, so we're gonna react to it. So I like to talk sometimes when I see things out of pocket, and I hope y'all here for that. I really hope y'all here for that. So like the channel, subscribe, share. I appreciate it. Let's do it.
If you watched the halftime show performance and you thought it was boring, you thought it was dumb, then it wasn't for you. What I love most about the halftime performance is the fact that MAGA lost their shit. That tells me that they had an idea of the messages that was being delivered during Kendrick's performance. But listen, even with this analytical lens that I have, to be able to break down the politics of what it is that our politicians are saying and doing and how that connects to laws and policy and what's going on legislative-wise, that lens does not translate over musically. My analytical lens does not break down what is being said musically. It does not break down what is being said when it comes to music and the visuals and the imagery. So yeah, I have to go out and find the ones who are able to break it down.
So I got a quick question for y'all. How do y'all feel after y'all have seen the Super Bowl performance, halftime show performance, and then after you got to dissect it? Do you feel differently than you did originally when you saw it? And then now that you get the breakdown, you kind of understand a little better. How do y'all feel about it? Leave me a comment down there. Let me know. Because I've seen a lot of people who say, you know, this shit was trash. And then when they actually get to look at it and understand what, first of all, it was a goddamn hip hop, right? But when they peel back the onion and kind of understand what was going on, they kind of looked at it a little different and says, hold up, I was wrong. But hey, let's get back to it.
Maybe you should do the same.
I know we all caught the shade that Kendrick was throwing at Drake during this halftime show performance. The A minor necklace, bringing out Serena Williams to Crip Walk, the sweet, innocent, but fucking diabolical smile in the camera during Say Drake. When I tell you, I was giggling and kicking my feet when he said, Say Drake. I know it was messy. I
think everybody loved that part. I don't think there's nobody who didn't stop and be like, God damn, K-Dot was serious, but he was focused, extra focused on that line.
Was messy and petty and everything that we love about Kendrick Lamar, but I need y'all to lock in because all truth, no J-Lo. I need y'all to also understand.
All truth, no J-Lo. What the hell? Is that a bar? Goddamn. Okay, girl, I hear you. All truth, no J-Lo.
Kendrick Lamar, but I need y'all to lock in because all truth, no J-Lo. I need y'all to also understand the political messages that he was sending as well. Start off with Samuel L. Jackson dressed as Uncle Sam saying, welcome to the Great American Game. Bitch, he was not talking about football. The Great American Game is how our government wants us to behave. Silent, complicit, going along with whatever the fuck they're doing. We get into Kendrick Lamar saying the revolution will be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. Essentially saying that he is not just going to fall in line, be complicit. He goes against what the government wants. Then we have Samuel L. Jackson come back and he says that this is too loud, too reckless, and too ghetto, and ask Kendrick Lamar if he really knows how to play the game.
A lot of people saying that the Samuel Jackson that we see at the Super Bowl is the same Samuel Jackson character from Jingo, and we all know who he played in Jingo, but it kind of makes sense to a lot of things because it's kind of how Euro America see us, you know. I'll let y'all figure that out.
And Kendrick Lamar goes straight into humble. sit down, be humble. Exactly what the government wants us to do. Then immediately after.
And you know, I was trying to figure out why he didn't do his back catalog, right? In the interview, he talked about moving forward. And if you realize, most of the music on this music set is all from his new album, except for Humble. And I forgot the other one. There was 2 songs. But those 2 songs were mostly hip hop and culture. So those had to remain in the playlist. Hip hop and culture. Sorry, I don't mean to speak so much, but hey, I like to break some of these video downs and I like to talk. So when Kendrick drops anything, and I remember saying this to my son when the Super Bowl happened, and I enjoyed it when it happened. And I said to him, I said, man, there's so much stuff we're going to have to figure out after, because all this is going on. I'm enjoying the moment, but I can see an American flag, and I can see there's people dressed in white and blue, and what does the white mean? And I think I know what it means, but I'm going to wait. And then I like these breakdowns right here, like with Miss Tabitha here. And you got sisters like this speaking the truth, and she is cooking right now. She is cooking. I'm not going to sit here and deny she's cooking.
After Kendrick Lamar stops doing what the government wants him to do, stops sitting down, stops being humble.
Let me go back a little bit so you can.
Sit down, be humble. Exactly what the government wants us to do. Then immediately after Kendrick Lamar stops doing what the government wants him to do, stops sitting down, stops being humble, we see Uncle Sam come back and say, deduct 1 life. Please, are we following along? Then Kendrick Lamar teases Not Like Us, but doesn't perform it. He says, I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love to sue. That was a dig at Drake because, child, you know he's on with his lawyers as we speak. Also, he says he's going to slow things down, meaning he's going to fall back in line, be silent, be complicit, not go against the government. That's when he brings out SZA, the performance is chill. And then after that, we see Uncle Sam comes back out and he says, this is what America wants, nice and calm. Samuel L. Jackson says, you're almost there, don't mess this up. And then that's when Not Like Us begins to start. Before he gets into Not Like Us, he says some really important points. Number 1, he says that there is a cultural divide. Self-explanatory. Number 2, he says 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music. If you're not familiar with the phrase 40 acres and a mule, that was a promise made to Black people after the end of the American Civil War, in which they were promised land and resources to help them build economically. This was a promise.
They assassinated. Well, I shouldn't get into that, but yeah, that was a lot of the issues why they never got what they were supposed to. I'm West Indian, so we didn't get nothing either. Not really.
Promise made by the government to Black people, which was broken, which is why Kendrick Lamar says this is bigger than the music. It points to the fact that the American government will lie to you, which is why you should not trust them, why you should not be complicit, why you should not be silent. I think the greater message that Kendrick Lamar was trying to convey is that we have got to stand up. America is a game, and we cannot play the game in a way that Uncle Sam, i.e. the government, wants us to. Hope this helps. Peace and love. Talk to you later.
Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show was a masterclass of symbolism. Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam wasn't random. Kendrick was setting the stage to call out America's system. Then he says the revolution is about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. A direct nod to Gil Scott-Heron, telling us that change is coming.
Can I ask y'all something? What was the last Super Bowl performance that was breakdown into categories and things like this? We've been breaking this down since he's performed. Like, well, people talk about, well, there's a lot of haters out there that's hating on Kendrick Lamar. But when has lyrics, he's a Pulitzer Prize winner. Pulitzer, however you say that. And there's a reason for that. Now, this GNX album here is going to clean up. It's going to clean up at the Grammys next year. Clean up at the Grammys next year.
Then the dancers moving counterclockwise, Showtime reversing, undoing the system. Then they form an American flag during Humble, exposing the nation's contradictions. And Kendrick performing Not Like Us, a Drake diss right in front of Trump. That wasn't just about Drake. It was a message to those in power who manipulate and divide. Then Game Over being displayed wasn't the end of the show. That was Kendrick saying that the old system is done.
Ledisi sung the national Black anthem. John Batiste sung the national anthem. Kendrick Lamar, K-Dot, performed at the halftime show with all Black dancers who were dressed in red, white, and blue. They formed themselves into the American flag and sent multiple messages throughout the entire performance about what it means to be Black in America. And there were other messages weaved throughout the performance that I'm still breaking down. Samuel L. Jackson narrated the entire thing, dressed as Uncle Sam. Serena Williams
That was actually
made an appearance.
She did make an
and
appearance.
Danced.
She danced very well.
My wife SZA performed.
His wife. I like that.
And then to top it all off,
what?
The Eagles won against the Chiefs 40-22. The Eagles,
Okay.
Their quarterback, Jalen Hurts, is a Black man.
Yes.
The revolution was televised.
That's what Kendrick said when we started.
The revolution was televised. And it was televised on one of the largest stages ever.
It was.
Good night and happy Black History Month.
Oh,
I think MAGA is most upset about Kendrick Lamar's performance because he...
It is February when you think about it. And not a lot of Black quarterbacks have won the Super Bowl. You know, you could say Mahomes is, but he's not. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know how it is. We kind of in the Drake situation, right? And Mr. Mega over there he's a chief, but it is what it is. We all got our own options, but we know what we're talking about. But for Jalen Hurts to win it, you know, for being benched in the championship game in Alabama, to basically going through all that, being in the NFL, well, getting to the NFL, he actually got to there. He was talented enough. But now he's a Super Bowl champion, and nobody could take that away from him. Crazy, though.
Made it simple. I think MAGA is most upset about Kendrick Lamar's performance because he made it simple enough that they could understand. So they were screaming DEI higher because their conception of DEI higher is that if you're Black and qualified, you don't deserve a job. If you're white and unqualified, you do. And throughout this performance, Kendrick Lamar basically schooled them on so much. Just remember, these people are sitting in a stadium watching the NFL, which is 53% Black Americans compared to 14.4% of the general population. And they're fine to watch that, to watch the physical labor of African Americans.
They want to watch
and
it
here
play
you
and kill
have a
out,
halftime show where the intellectual labor of African Americans is being showcased. And every element was something they should have probably understood in school, but he made it clear. Samuel L. Jackson is Uncle Sam. It's clearly a dual reference to the expected minstrelly American society has to Black men, and the fact that this country was built by Black bodies in slavery. But he doesn't make it subtle.
Too reckless, too ghetto. Mr. Lamar, do you really know how to play the game? Then tighten up.
And he's not talking about Super Bowl, he's talking the game of America.
40 acres and a mule.
And these are messages that a lot of people have missed, you know, because you think about it, it's the halftime show. So why would you be talking about the game if it's halftime? But a lot of people's minds brought it to the halftime of the game we were watching. And, you know, like I said, when I watched this with my kid live, I wanted to enjoy the moment. I heard GNX. I love the album. A lot of the tracks from GNX was in this, and I appreciated that. But I said to him, I said, they're going to be so much nuggets. They're going to be so much nuggets that we're going to figure out later that Kendrick put in his performance, that this goddamn performance is going to be a Pulitzer Prize winning performance. This is going to be an Emmy winning performance. Can this shit win an Emmy? Can this win an Emmy? Can it win an Emmy? It's possible that this may win a goddamn Emmy. You know? Why not? Not Like Us won 5 goddamn Grammys. Not Like Us won 5 Grammys. Diana Ross gave him the goddamn trophy. She did. Not Like Us. They loved it. I saw Lucian and Dre high-fived each other in appreciation of dancing on the... Now, what was the dance? The dance was it at the Super Bowl? Because he teased it and then he did it. So he played it twice at the Super Bowl. Or was it pre-Super Bowl a week before at the Grammys when they gave him 5, 5, 5, 5, 1 plus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. They gave him a lot. But let me get back to this video. I know I'm getting a little off case, but people are tripping out about this performance. This 10 out of 10 performance from K-Dot when it came to history. He kept it history, he kept it culture, and he blended it together as Afrocentricity in my eye. And I loved it.
And he's not talking about Super Bowl. He's talking the game of America. 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music. All the promises of America, including in Reconstruction, 40 acres and a mule to anybody who had been enslaved, are constantly being reneged. And yet African Americans are playing the game of American succeeding. And it is not just for white America, but all of America. The symbolism of both this game and the prison. We've locked ourselves into this game. We put ourselves in a win-lose state, and we could all lose because we could have started, but we chose to be divided. And remember, the American flag is not just propaganda. It is often used as a critical tool in discussing the country we're in. And listen, this is a country that is not always going to march in the same direction. Notice here, the blue shirted people are not here. So you see where he's going to perform is just a segment of the overall community. And why is that? Why are we divided? Like fools, we focused on the wrong thing. But and while the flag is divided, while the nation is divided, change is still coming. They cannot stop it. So it is.
You know, when I look at her commentary, I think and look at her as like an archaeology of hip hop. Because I'm not sure if she's a fan of it, but she's dissecting it. And her dissection shows how real and pure it is. And there's no way you can sit here and tell me this wasn't a great performance, even if you don't like the music. You know, even if I've watched past Super Bowls where I was like, what? I just don't understand what's going on. But it was a good performance. I'm not going to sit here and say they didn't do their thing. But for a lot of y'all to get high and say this was the worst performance ever, shame on all of y'all. All y'all hovey hoes. Shame on y'all. If y'all ain't understand it, just say, yo, it was a good performance, but I ain't understand what he was saying. I could understand that because I love K-Dot, but there's times where I listen to it 2 and 3 times to understand what he's saying. And then when you get the message, you be like, whoa, I did not know, Miss Boogeyman. I'm sorry, I did not know. But we're going to finish this video. But I appreciate and I love her commentary because, one, she's coming from outside of the community, the hip-hop community, but she's dissecting it from a level head, and I could appreciate that. She's not going on a biased level. She's dissecting what she's seeing, and that's what I'm talking about. It's one thing to say that I like the shit, but I don't like the music. I hate the goddamn song list, but goddamn the message is bigger than we expected. I can understand that, but don't sit here and tell me the shit's up just because you don't like the other side because your side lost, bitch.
The end. Game over.
The end. Game over. That was actually the end right there. I could have just ended it right there, but like I said, let me know how y'all feel down in the comments. You know, I know this is a long video, so I'm gonna end it right there because I had a lot of commentary already. But make sure y'all subscribe. If you're still here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like, share, and all the YouTube stuff, because y'all want me to talk? All right, I'll talk for a little bit. So, excuse me. Whew, I had to get it out. Let's get one for the team. I appreciate all y'all that came for the live stream last night. I'm trying to see, maybe I do a little live stream here and there as much as a little more often, because I need to. I appreciate y'all watching the videos. Y'all been showing up, and I appreciate that. You know, the channel's growing a lot. I'm heading towards 4,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate all the comments. I love the comments, good or bad. Let me know what y'all want to see, what y'all don't like. I appreciate all the comments, and I would take the feedback. So I'm gonna take a shot with y'all. Get my little, I call this apple juice. Get a little apple juice. Take a little sip of my apple juice. And I say thank y'all for coming through. And I'm gonna end this video here. And I hope that we get 50 likes on this video. I really appreciate it. If you're here to the end, drop your name down in the description, and I will mention it in the next or coming video when I see it. So Peapod Cove, I see y'all in the next one. Peace.